there! Welcome to my book review. Let's begin. Before we start, let's talk a little bit about the author. This is Roxane Gay. She's an American writer, professor, editor, and social commenter. Born on October 15, 1974 in Omaha, Nebraska, United States, Gay was mostly known for her feminist literature. Some of her notable works include the essay collections Bad Feminists, An Untamed State, Hunger, Difficult Women, as well as this short story, Broads. The story was about a man named Jimmy Nolan. He expresses his interest in broad women and how desperate he was to attract a broad, particularly a waitress he regularly sees when going to a favorite diner, Greta. Although the story was short, we see that Jimmy Nolan struggles to portray himself towards the type of women he prefers, broads, especially when his ex Marissa says Jimmy isn't the kind of guy broads go for, and more than once during the course of their 3-year relationship, she turned up her nose when Jimmy ogled a broad passing by. In addition, he also compares his level of attractiveness like in Jimmy long ago decided his hands were the bane of his existence. Women like Marissa coo and fuss over them. Broads, they take one look at Jimmy Nolan's hands and decide that hands so fine would crumble inside their bodies. They hardly pay him any mind at all. This leads to Jimmy feeling like he has to act like a man that broads want, as seen in Jimmy Nolan would like to think he is the kind of guy broads go for. He likes his steak rare, enjoys a cold Budweiser, and has a hearty laugh that echoes in any room. Little did he know, Greta also took interest in Jimmy Nolan, and he was surprised to see that she took interest in his delicate hands first, which is expressed at the last line. He is slightly incredulous to be holding a broad like Greta in the palm of his slender, almost delicate hand. And, "You have beautiful hands," she whispers, "the first thing I noticed about you." In terms of personal experiences, I could relate to Greta, especially about being stereotyped. Throughout the story, we see Jimmy Nolan assuming what Greta would like, based on the fact that she's a broad or how she thinks. In my experience, I had a lot of people who went up to me and assumed different things, just because of my looks and how that categorized me into a group of people. Overall, I like that it educated me about broads. I never knew that there were such a term, and that based on my research, it was an insult to be called a broad. However, there isn't enough background story to why Jimmy Nolan sees and portrays broads this way, and the story was too graphic for me to comfortably read in public as there were some mature scenes. If I could change anything, I would add why Jimmy and his ex, Marissa, got together in the first place, and Jimmy's realization of deciding his preferred type. Like, did he like broads before or after Marissa? At the end of the day, I wouldn't recommend this to just anybody. I would recommend this short story to anyone who enjoys really graphic stories and are open-minded about stereotypes and mature/adult scenes. Finally, I would give this short story a 4 out of 10. It took me a while to get the whole point of the story, and there were some parts that left me in the dark, like why Jimmy Nolan dated Marissa, a complete opposite of a broad, when he liked broads, and will Greta still like Jimmy when he changes himself to be more of the type that broads like, including his hands? Despite that, I can't ignore the fact that the story was very descriptive, so much so that I could imagine the scenes of the story. Because of that, I gave this an extra 2 stars, so it became 4 stars instead of 2. And that's it. Thank you for listening to my book review, and I hope you enjoyed my analysis. Till next time!